Today is Sunday, December the 21st, 2025. My name is Tom, and this is your ReadyCore Daily Brief. On today's show, preparedness isn't about perfection. It's about progress, humility, and learning from every gap you find. We'll get there in just a minute, but first, let's get you up to speed with the latest from your RISAT team and the Daily Sit Rep.
This is your AmCon Daily Sit Rep for December the 21st, 2025. Up first today, a massive power outage in San Francisco has left about 130,000 homes and businesses without electricity, disrupting traffic and public transit systems. The blackout also stalled autonomous vehicles citywide, as streetlights went dark and the vehicles could no longer operate safely. The outage was partly linked to a fire at a PG&E substation. While power has mostly been restored, authorities warn that in cities where self-driving cars operate, users should have contingency plans in place, including alternative transport and secure meeting points. In other news, Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard has issued a stark warning regarding Islamist ideology at a prominent conservative event, highlighting it as a threat incompatible with Western freedoms. She differentiated between Islamic political ideology and the broader Muslim community, emphasizing the need for local governments to support American cultural values to counteract extremist influences. The discussion underscored the importance of community involvement and vigilance in preserving constitutional order. Turning to health, chronic fatigue syndrome affects an estimated 3.3 million Americans, with many cases going undiagnosed. This complex illness, often triggered by infection or physiological stress, results in severe fatigue, brain fog, and sleep disturbances, sometimes confining patients to bed. Medical professionals stress the necessity of awareness for proper diagnosis, as there are no definitive tests and symptoms can vary. Those experiencing prolonged exhaustion are advised to seek thorough medical evaluation. Protest activity and potential civil unrest remain concerns nationwide, with scheduled demonstrations this weekend in multiple locations, including Durango, Colorado, and various cities in California and Michigan, as well as Canadian cities, Montreal, and Red Deer. Authorities and residents are urged to maintain situational awareness, plan escape routes when attending public events, and report suspicious activities promptly to ensure safety during the holiday season. Lastly, reviewing today's weather, a moderate risk of excessive rainfall is forecast for parts of Northern California through Sunday and Monday, with heavy rain likely to cause flash flooding in some areas. Additionally, heavy snow is expected downwind from Lake Ontario, and rain mixed with freezing rain is possible across the Northern Plains and Pennsylvania. Meanwhile, record warmth will spread across the plains. Residents in these areas should stay alert to conditions and heed local weather advisories. There are no significant American contingency events scheduled in the next 7 days. Members can access the American Contingency Members-Only site to get the full report and more in-depth analysis of today's stories, along with practical preparedness tips, training opportunities, and resources to help you, your family, and your neighborhood stay crisis ready.
This week we've been talking about the Johnsons. They didn't get every detail right. They had a flashlight that went missing, a radio that didn't charge, and somebody forgot to label the new fuel cans. But when a short outage rolled through on Saturday night, they didn't scramble, they executed. It wasn't flawless, but it worked. That's the goal, not perfection, preparedness. If there's one truth about readiness, it's that you'll never finish. There's always another skill to learn, another piece of equipment to test, another lesson waiting in the next challenge. But that's not a flaw, that's the point. The confidence you gain from preparedness comes from the practice, not the end of a checklist. Every gap you close makes you a little more capable, a little more confident, and a little more connected to the people around you. Perfection is a myth that burns people out. Progress, that's what builds communities that last. This is why we train, this is why we check our gear, it's why we show up for each other. Not to be invincible, but to be ready enough to keep the life moving when things get tough. If you filled even one small gap this week, checked your lights, built your kit, tested the comms, then you're better prepared than you were 7 days ago. And that is a win. So today, take 5 quiet minutes and look back on the week. What worked? What didn't? Write it down. Share it with your family, and make a simple plan for the next improvement. All right, tomorrow we'll shift gears into Christmas week with a new word, shared. It's not about gear or drills this time. It's about people. We'll talk about how preparedness connects us, how to share it without pushing, and how readiness becomes a gift worth giving. Thank you so much for listening to the Ready Core Daily Brief. If you're already a member, please be sure to check out today's resources on the members-only platform. And if you're not a member yet, you can join by heading over to AmericanContingency.com. My name's Tom Rigsby. Stay alert, stay ready, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow.